All right, so we have explored in the past several videos why we worry, how to categorize worry, and quick, easy steps within which we can navigate those categories, how to move into deeper relationship with past worries and use those past worries to learn about ourselves and build resiliency. And let's look now at future worry, the anticipatory experiences that our brain gets stuck on and ruminates about, that dog on the bone experience. So why do we worry about the future? Well, duh. I mean, that's a pretty no-brainer question, because we want to construct the perfect outcome, or if our amygdala is running the show, she wants to make sure that we don't die. I love how simple she is. Amy's so brilliantly simple. She's like, well, just don't die and we're okay. But in our present day-to-day life, that situation arises not too often. And yet, as we know, our amygdala is constantly constructing the narratives of our present day and our future. So anticipatory worry is all about our brain attempting to figure out the best course of action. And the really wonderful news, of course, is that we have so much power to create the brain that we want to live with. That's called neuroplasticity. We have billions of neurons firing and wiring up in here all the time. And those billions of neurons have thousands of connections, and we as humans are empowered to create our brain, which is magical and amazing and wonderful, and why I love the work that I do. So when we're looking at anticipatory worry, really what our brain's trying to do is say, hey, I'm worried about the future. I just need to know we're going to be alive. Yes, I understand that it can manifest in a million different ways that seem like they have nothing to do with life and death. But remember, our amygdala is the one that's guiding the worry process. So everything always comes back to the survival. So when it comes to anticipatory worry, we want to circle back to that why. What are we worried about? What is the why that this experience is bringing up? Once we have that why, then I like to use a sequence of steps called SMART goals. A SMART goal, and I'll put the comments, I'll put this in the notes of this video for you. A SMART goal is a goal that is specific. It's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, and timely. Because here's the thing, our little friend, the amygdala, will create overarching huge fears that are nebulous and gray and scary. But when we break it down into a SMART goal, we can then take action steps, actionable steps. And that's agency, which is one of the greatest protectors against worry. So taking a goal and making it specific means we really want to weed out all of the nebulous experiences. We want to find something very concrete. And then measurable means that we want to make sure that we can accomplish the goal, that we can measure once it's done. So if we look at a goal that is, I want to make $1 million, well, yes, it's measurable, but in what time frame? Now, if you say I want to make $1 million in 10 years, that's doable. Making $1 million in 10 minutes, less doable. So you're starting to see what I'm getting at here. We want it to be specific, and we want it to be measurable. The same thing can be applied to weight. I want to lose 25 pounds, and then we want to say I want to lose 25 pounds in a specific time frame. And now we're starting to blend in this realistic part. What is realistic about the goal? And then we want it to be achievable. What is achievable for our own life as it is right now? One of the things a lot of my patients are struggling with is if they previously had goals for building new healthy community, those goals have had to be shifted in the face of the pandemic, because a lot of the places where they would historically go to build healthy community have fundamentally changed right now. So yeah, same with wanting to date, same with wanting to learn new skills like playing piano. All of those things are different right now. So we want the specific, measurable, achievable goal to be realistic, and even with the realistic part, to take into consideration the overarching environment we're living in right now. And finally, timely is exactly what I'm just talking about. What is the time frame through which you want to achieve your goal? Now, if you have a goal that you want to achieve and you're giving yourself a time frame of 6 months, that's great. So then you have an overarching SMART goal, and now break it down to find the baby steps within that goal. What are the actionable steps that you need to take to meet the 6-month marker? Because 6 months is going to require change that takes course over time. And so then we're taking those baby steps, and we can even create a SMART goal within each little baby step. So you might have 3 baby steps, and each baby step, then you create a SMART goal plan for each of those. How do you make each baby step specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely? By creating the SMART goal out of what historically was anticipation anxiety or future focused worry, you're letting your amygdala know that you care, that you're paying attention. You're letting her know that you also want to make sure that at the base level you don't die, you survive, but more importantly, that you thrive. And the more that we tell our brain and our body that we're building a life focused on thriving, the better we are in our brain and our body, the more balanced we feel, because we know we have the tools to move into resiliency. So take a moment, check out the notes from this video, and practice doing the SMART goal process. You'll notice that in the video comments or in the notes that there are actually a couple more steps to the process. Like, we want to look at what are roadblocks that might be getting in your way, and how do you build in a reward sequence so that each time you've met your goal, you get a pat on your back. Because our brain loves to be rewarded for doing the right thing. And worry is all about making sure we don't do the wrong thing. So doing the SMART goal process and giving ourselves small incremental rewards is letting our brain know that not only are we not doing the wrong thing, we're really prioritizing doing the right thing as defined by us for the life we want to live.